Hello there boys and girls, welcome to another video. The deal on the BRM reshell, the ZR Express has been done. So let's go and pick it up and begin another week. Okay, so we're back with it. An MG ZR Express. As you can see, it's got the window grate. It's got the van sides. Now, it was billed as the cleanest MG ZR you'll find. It's not bad by all means, but it's definitely not mint. We've got grotty tailgate. There is another tailgate inside, so we'll have to see what that's like. To be fair, the seals are good. I can't remember if it's this side. No, this one's all right. The other side is just starting to go inside the arch. But that's all right under there. We have a few marks and bits around it, but it is absolutely filthy. Obviously, it's been in this dust, in this barn for 10 years. There is scratches on it. You know, we might be able to get some of them off, depending what we do regarding colour. More squiggles here again, see what we can get out. Another more hefty scratch there. Again, seals all look good. There's a bit of surface just here, down there, but other than that, it's all right. That seal's all good. This door is starting to go, but obviously my driver's door's good on the BRM, so that's not too bad. Yeah, so inside we have a whole car full of bits. There's another tailgate in there, another spoiler, a fuel tank full of suspension parts, hubs, I don't know what yet. There's the other tailgate, side skirts, another splitter there by the looks of it. Some rads, some hubs, some bits, heater box. There's the rear window with the grate in it. Headline looks like it's doing, but which one doesn't? So let me just untie the bonnet, and here's the engine bay. It's got no steering column in it by the looks of it. But the bulkhead all looks good. All the inner seals look good. Yeah. So, I think what we need to do is, well, this is supposed to be a 160 engine, but I'm not sure if it is. Kind of looks like it, although it's got a plastic inlet, which kind of makes me think it's a 120, but I don't know. We'll have to have a look at the old engine number, see what we can work out. I'm guessing all the rest of the bits are inside the car, but until we actually get all that stuff out, we won't know. It also comes with 3 spare wheels, so we've got a set of 7. I think they're called Adnams or something. So we'll see if we can sell them. We don't want them. Get some money back. So yeah. So the plan is to obviously get it inside the workshop, get everything out of it, see what we've got, get it on the lift, have a look underneath, see if there's anything we need to address under there. And then decide where we go from here. It wasn't as cheap as I'd liked. He had it up for 3 times what I offered. We settled on 100 quid over my offer, so it's still not dear, but not as cheap as I'd have liked it. But still, we'll have to just see how it turns out and where we go. But right then, I've backed the trailer in. I'm going to lift the ZR off and then we'll see what we've got. I've got the wife's car because she's decided she doesn't want it anymore. Every other day or so, it flashes up fuel injection fault and cuts out. And she's petrified it's going to do it to her on a roundabout or something and she ain't going to be able to steer, whatever malarkey. So she's got the P38. So that's either going to get sold, stripped, scrapped, whatever. But at the minute, it's my shunt around the yard. So let's get this lifted. Okay, we're on the lift. Let's have a look, shall we? See if we've bought a Snotter. Well, there's a fuel tank in it. Guessing that might be diesel. Surface rust up there. All treatable. It's holding on the lift, so that's good. Inner seal line all looks good. Chassis rails are good. There's no issues there on that side. No issues that side. Just surface on the seal. Chassis rails all good. Come along here. Again, holding on the lift. All that looks good. Got quite a thick anti-roll bar. I don't know what size that is or what it's from, whether it is the diesel one. What else have we got here? Right, we've got the engine. Now this is supposed to be a ZR160 engine, but I don't know. Hang on. There's our engine code, engine number. Let's pull this out of the way. This gasket. So what we got? Just got crap in my eyes. Right, sorry about the break there. I got lots of crap in my eyes. But anyway, we have cleaned that engine number up with a bit of paper and brake cleaner. So we'll see what that equates to. You can see the gearbox and engine isn't joined. It's just hanging there. Shafts are hanging there. We'll have to see what brakes they are. Bit of surface on there. Got a little bit of grot in the corner there, but that will probably clean up. I'm guessing that's from where the engine fire was. So they've done, looks like they've painted some of the bay, but not properly. Yeah, again, there's primer all along the bottom of the engine bay. But it's all it's a base. It's something we can work on. So yeah, the underside is good. I'm happy with that. We can get rid of a lot of this, like the rear beam is on drums. We can get rid of all that. We can use the BRM beam. Obviously that exhaust is diesel, so we don't need that. So I think we're all right. As I say, it's not as cheap as I'd liked, but it was cheap. So if I can sell these wheels, there's 7 of them, for half, it'll probably be half what I paid for. This engine's an unknown, so I don't think it's going to sell, but it might go for cheap. Again, gearbox, be a PG1, but I don't know what. I'll have to see if I can find the number on it and go from there. But yeah, so all this can come out. We just want the shell. So I'm going to get the wheels and tyres off, ready to advertise. And then, yeah, we can find some other wheels to chuck on it for now. And then I need to see what's inside. Got my boss's Freelander in today. He said he went to overtake yesterday and the engine management light come on and it just lost all power. So I'm going to quickly plug it in and see what we can find. I know we had boost pipe issues on this before, which we fixed. So I'm just going to read the codes and then I'll start looking around the engine. So OBD port is in the passenger side. Let me show you. Right, it's a passenger side footwell, and there it is. The little cover's already off, but it normally has a cover over the top, as you can see. It's just hanging about. So let's plug it in and see what it says. Now, I don't know if you can hear that because the music's on in the background, so it might pick that up more, but I've had the ignition on for probably 30 seconds. The fuel pump's still whining, and you can hear sort of air bubbles moving about. Right, the Freelander is P1470 boost solenoid. So it's either going to be vacuum lines, or the actuator's got a bit seized, or possibly fuel pressure. But I need to get on the lift to have a look because it's at the back of the engine. It makes life a bit easier getting the wheel off, etc, etc. And obviously at the moment I have this on the lift, so I need to get on with this. Now, what I'm going to do, I've decided, I did think about keeping the bumpers, keeping it as an MGZR, and putting the engine in. But no, the BRM is what it's about for me. So it is going to BRM look. So I'm going to sell the bumpers, front and rear. We're going to go back to the earlier front end with a BRM bumper. So I'm also probably going to get the engine out today, chuck that on a pallet, put it on eBay, no reserve, see what happens. And then we're going to empty the back end as well. So, right, let's get this bumper off, well, these bumpers off first, and go from there. I don't really know where to begin. This was all in the back of the van. As you can see, other than a few odds and sods, it's pretty much empty. So we've got all the panels and the frame, the wooden floor for the back. We've got a splitter, we've got an under tray. We've got various heater boxes, fans, consoles, got some, I presume, 160 rear suspension struts, 160 rear hubs. Various bits and pieces, got some LED lights there. Need to check to see if they work because they're probably some money there. There's a new rear exhaust section, jack parts, airbags, clocks, the pedals, 160 window winders, electric window winders, starter motor, alternator, tank, inner arches. I'm guessing that's a diesel rad. But there's one thing which made me go, Can you see that? That's a turbo. Now, oh, also the boot, and it is a 160. So I thought, oh, that'd be the turbo off the diesel. That, my friends, is a 1.8 turbo. So, 1.8 turbo. It's got the oil drain for the turbo. So let me show you something. I've stripped all the front end off because I don't need any of it. Because if I'm going back to pre-facelift or to 25 and not ZR, I can't use any of it, including the cross member. Slam panels, that's all got to be changed. But anyway, I said it previously that this engine doesn't look like a 160 because of the plastic inlet. But the engine that does have the plastic inlet is the 1.8 turbo. Come down here. Turbo oil return. This is a 1.8 turbo. Someone was already doing the conversion by the looks of it. How interesting. There we go, engine's out the top with a gearbox, leaving us with the bay. So let's stick this on a pallet so it can go up on the shelf and we can get to a space and keep that for future. Right, I thought I'd put all the back together just to see how it all went because it wasn't bolted in. So you've got the bulkhead that bolts in there behind the seats, and then you've got these three removable panels, that one, and this big one at the rear. I don't know what this is. I've googled the part number, but it doesn't really bring up anything. It's got no bolt holes or anything in it, so I don't know what that's for. But yeah, so that is what it'll be like when it's a van. Quite a handy little space, really. So yeah. Right, so we've emptied everything out from the inside, or pretty much everything. It's almost about, I've just got to lift these last few bits out. And then, yeah, we're kind of done until we're ready to move on with the project. So we'll just get a set of wheels on it now and then put outside. I've still got one more day here this week. I've got 2 days where I'm busy away from here. So I don't know whether just to strip out the rest and then have it all done and it can just roll outside as a bare shell, but we'll see. I've still got to sort this little lot yet and decide what I'm going to do with all this. Anyway, right, next job. Found it. It's a removable brace so you can get the wheel in and out. Haha, now we know. Just had a measure up and it's got 282mm discs on it, which are ZR160, so they've been done. It just so happens I need a set of them for the white turbo. and I'll put the ones from the BRM on this, so that's another handy little thing. So last job today was to whip out that drive shaft that was just dangling there, so at least I can put some wheels on it and roll it about and it won't get caught. I'm going to pull all these lines off as well, but while I'm here, I'm just going to measure this drive shaft, this anti-roll bar, and wonder, oh, there, I wonder whether it's the ZR one that's already been fitted or whether it's diesel. So that is what, 25 and a bit, 26, 25, 26 mil. So I need to look that up, I think, and see which one that is, see whether it's had the ZR subframe put on. I reckon it probably has, so, but obviously it's all got to come out again. But anyway, at least we know what we've got. Still got all these bits on the floor that I haven't touched yet. Right, she's on the trailer. Got some 4 sort of space savers and spares on it, so I can go in the barn now. I'll find a space for it, but in a minute it can live on the trailer for the next few days, and then I'm going to make a start going through all the parts that come out of it that we don't need. So all the stuff's cleared away except a cable, I forgot about that, and the under tray, that can stay there for now. So as I've got a couple of hours before home time, I thought I'd get back on the Defender, because none of you are bored of it by now, are you, surely? Because of the extra wiring I've got going down the pillar, I ordered the, I think it's mud stuff, extra deep pillars. So that's a normal pillar, as you can see. It's quite shallow. And this is the extra deep ones. Only issue is they're still not deep enough for that loom, and to be fair, I was struggling to get that behind it, even though the other one did. So yeah, that's obviously the other side. But yeah, I think they would need this bit chopping off at the top to allow wires to go through, because that's still only a little channel. And then I'd have to take them all out the wrap to try and get them down there. Or I just cover the bare wires and just, I don't know, put P-clips on these screws to hold that on the outside maybe. Possibly. You know, it don't look too bad. Once it's tight up against it, you don't really notice it. So yeah, so that's what I'll probably do now. Let's try that. There we go. That's the, I'll just chop that end out, fold it down, and you can see the difference. So that should mean I'll get the cables through a lot easier. So I'll do the same to the other side. Right, that's the new wider one fitted. The cables go inside it. I've P-clipped the other one to the outside for now. It's solid. I think that'll be okay. We'll see how we get on. At least it's secure for now. And then lastly, in the back, I changed all the P-clips for the rubber lined ones, so I'm much more happy with those. Even when I took them off, I've run this, what, half a dozen times, and the wires had started, you know, scraping off, so it needed to be done. Yeah, so just all the wiring's tidy up now, really. Right, so now it all works, and all I know it works, so I can sort all that wiring out, terminate the ends properly, you know, group them together, secure them, and then we can box that in. Car Audio Security have said they don't need cooling fans, but it's just because they don't stay on long enough. But I think if I carpet that box and maybe just put a couple of holes with in the side or something, just to let air in and out, not on the top so stuff don't fall in, but sort of on the side, we should be all right. So yeah, other than that, the green Defender, I've now been paid for these footwells and the welding work, so I've requested Mikey to come and do those, so it's a matter of time whether it'll be next week or a week after or whatever. But I know I've got the landlord's Freelander in next week for that boost solenoid. We've got to just sort of try and find to see if there's a problem somewhere. It needs to go on the lift and have the wheel off and get to the boost sensor and solenoid, sorry, and check all the pipes and stuff. You can see the jags in here. The van shell is out in the barn now, and we're just a matter of once the Defender's kind of done, we can get on with that. So yeah, it's Thursday, I'm going home. I'm not here tomorrow because me and the wife are going away. It's the Jaguar breakfast meet at Gaydon
Motor Museum on Saturday. So we're doing that, going around the museum and seeing some friends while we're up there. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share. Have a lovely weekend and I'll see you next week. Have a good one.